Teachers are advised that programs 7 and 8 are more suitable for the older child. These programs should be previewed before use with a class.
When people love each other, they show their affection by kissing and cuddling, exactly like a mother would kiss and cuddle her baby. Now, when those babies grow to be adults, to be men and women, they show their affection in exactly the same way as they did when they were children. They kiss, they cuddle, they hold hands, all part of a perfectly normal relationship. Now, there is a difference between the love a parent has for a child and the love a grown-up has for another grown-up, the love between a man and a woman. There are similarities too. There's a sense of belonging, a sense of kindness, a sense of sharing. But grown-up love is all about showing it in a different way. They will want to make love.
When a man and woman are alone together, their kisses and caresses take on a new meaning. Both may find very strong physical feelings difficult to control. As they kiss and caress each other in this particular way, the man's penis will become stiff and erect. The woman's vagina turns moist with a slippery fluid. The man slides his penis gently into the woman's vagina, and as they lie holding each other close, their bodies move together, allowing the penis to move inside the vagina. After a time, the sperm from the man's testicles is mixed with a small amount of liquid called semen, which is released out of the penis and into the vagina, close to the cervix. As this happens, both the man and the woman may get an exciting sensation or a feeling, and it's called an orgasm or climax. They'll probably remain close together for some time afterwards. Making love strengthens the bond between them, gives them great pleasure, and of course is also the way of creating children.
So what could be happening inside the woman's body? Well, let me show you. Let's say that this is her uterus. It's actually life-size. Looks a bit like a pear, doesn't it?
The millions of sperm swim up through the cervix into the uterus and eventually up the fallopian tubes. Now, this is an enormous distance for such tiny things to travel, and only a few thousand of the millions which started get this far. They are very, very tiny. Each sperm has a head and a long tail. And of course, these pictures have been made much larger than life to show you what really happens. You may remember that each month an egg cell is released by an ovary and starts to move down the fallopian tube. If sexual intercourse takes place around about this time, the sperm might meet the egg cell in the tube. Of the hundreds of sperm which surround the egg cell, only one of them manages to join with it. This joining together of an egg cell and a sperm is called fertilization. The fertilized egg cell is now able to develop into a baby. As it travels slowly down the fallopian tube to the uterus, the fertilized egg cell divides over and over again until, instead of being just one cell, it becomes a ball of cells. Now, this ball of cells will go on growing until eventually you can see that it's becoming a baby. The ball of cells becomes attached to the spongy lining of the uterus, and it'll remain here until it has completed its development and the baby is ready to be born. We say that the woman is now pregnant. If an egg had not been ready when she had sexual intercourse, she wouldn't have become pregnant.
Well, what do you feel about growing up and becoming a parent yourself and having children of your own? Well, I put that question to some people, and here are their answers. What do you feel, Emma, about growing up? What do you want for yourself?
A little girl.
Oh. Why a little girl?
Because if you get married, you can have a family and be happy with your kids and see how they grow up and remind you of your life when you was young.
What about children?
Probably just the one.
Why is that?
Well, I've got a sister and we're always fighting.
You just about cope with one, would you?
Yeah.
I want to go to university for about 6 years, so when I come out, it'll be about 24. Most people about my age will be having children, so if I have children, then I'd probably expect my husband to stay home and look after them if he had a less prestigious position than I did.
Having a baby is a lifelong commitment, but making love or sexual intercourse is a very pleasant experience. So some couples will naturally want to make love and not necessarily have a baby. How can they do that? Well, they can choose to make love at a time that the woman is unlikely to release the egg cell I was telling you about. That's one way. Secondly, they can use contraception. Let me tell you about that. Now, for women, this is probably the most common form of contraception, and it's called the female contraceptive pill, and you take it by mouth. What does it do? Well, the pill prevents you releasing that egg cell. So that's that. Now, what can a man do? Well, he can use condoms, and they come in packets like this. They're made of rubber, and he slides them over his penis, and then the sperm, instead of going into the woman, is collected inside there. So the rubber prevents the sperm actually meeting that egg cell. And those are two, well, very common forms of contraception.
Now, Elaine and Robert Anderson have been making love without using contraceptives. And now Elaine is pleased to find that she's missed a period, one of the very first signs of pregnancy. She and Robert have already decided that they'd like to have another child. A brother or sister for Mark, who's 3, and Fraser, who's 18 months old. Elaine is almost certain that she is pregnant, and although she's never felt better in her life, she's going to visit the doctor.
Well, then, Elaine, hello there.
Hi.
Haven't seen you in a while, so you must have been keeping well, have you?
I have, very well.
Right. Well, what can I do for you today?
Well, I'm actually here because I think I could be pregnant.
Oh, that's good. You've missed a period, have you?
I have. The last one was about 6 weeks ago.
6 weeks. Well, that's fine. Anything else that you felt different? Have your breasts been giving you any trouble?
Yes, they're slightly tender, and I have been a bit nauseous as well.
Oh, that's right. Have you actually been sick, vomiting?
No, just feeling squeamish.
That'll go, of course. I'm sure you know about that, but it's one of these annoying things about an early pregnancy that will go away. Well, it's 6 weeks now. It's a bit too early to tell by examining you whether you're pregnant or not. So what I'd like to do is to get a urine sample sent away to test for that.
I brought one with me.
Did you bring one with you? Very good. Now, I'll arrange for this sample to be tested, and this will confirm whether you are pregnant or not. And then I'll get in touch with you with the result, and if it's positive, I'll arrange to see you again later.
Okay.
And the test is positive, proving that Elaine is pregnant. Well, that's good news for all the family when she comes home and tells them.
Well, how did you get on?
Well, we've got the champagne ready.
Positive then.
What are you doing? Colouring in a picture?
Do
Do you know where Mummy's been?
where have you been?
I've been to the doctor's. Do you know what the doctor said?
Did you go now?
Yes, I went. And do you know what he said? He said, I had a baby in my tummy. It's not going to come out yet. In a while, it's going to come. Would you like a baby? A little brother or a little sister?
Well,
In a while.
I'm gonna have two babies.
Would that be nice?
So let's go back and see what's been happening inside Elaine.
Now, after 4 weeks, the ball of cells arrives in the uterus, and here it is. It's called the fetus. And as you can see, it's terribly small. It's about 1/2 centimetre long, and it's protected by this bag of liquid all round it, just like that. Now, if you look very closely, you can just see the beginnings of the head. It's much bigger than the other parts of what will be the body. The beginning of the eyes are there. There's some little bumps, just the beginnings of the arms and the legs, and a tiny little tail just there. The fetus is attached by the cord to the placenta, which collects food and oxygen from the mother's blood. The heart of the fetus is beating, pumping its blood through the cord to the placenta, where it picks up the food and oxygen. The fetus blood then flows back along the cord to the fetus, bringing it the substances it needs. So the placenta is the mother's way of feeding her baby food and oxygen. But unfortunately, it can also be the way you can harm your baby if you're taking in harmful things, like smoke, for example. So the doctor will advise you to give up smoking. If you like alcohol, cut it down to a very small amount, or if you're being really sensible, give it up altogether. Gradually, the face of the fetus begins to take shape with the hints of the eyes and the ears and the mouth. There are the beginnings of fingers and toes, and the whole fetus begins growing little by little until at 2 months, which as you can see here, the fetus looks more like a baby. It's still very tiny though. Can you see it has got legs and it's got arms, but they haven't got any muscles, so it can't move just yet. So what will happen after 12 weeks? Well, the baby will look a little more like this. You can see the head is much bigger, much more clearly defined. The ears and the eyes and the mouth, you can see those. The legs are coming and the arms, and they're developing muscles, so the baby can now move. Now, the fetus is still only about, 6.5 centimetres long. Nearly all the parts of the body have been developed. From now on, it will continue to grow and mature until the baby is ready to be born. And of course, as the fetus grows, the uterus gets bigger as well to hold it.
Elaine is now 4 months pregnant. That's nearly halfway through her pregnancy. The growing fetus and placenta need more room, so her tummy grows outwards, making a definite bulge, and she's been feeling the fetus move inside her for a while now. Although Elaine is pregnant, she can still be fully active. The fetus is well protected by the muscles of her tummy and the bag of liquid surrounding it. Elaine's always enjoyed exercise, and that's important for a pregnant woman. Childbirth is easier if you're physically fit. There's no reason why she shouldn't continue to exert herself for as long as she feels like it. She just has to be a little careful not to lift anything very heavy, and to learn when it's time to stop for a rest.
Right, I'm just going to put some of this jelly on your tongue. It's cold as ever, I'm afraid.
For some time now, Elaine has been attending a special clinic at the hospital. She's definitely not ill. In fact, like many pregnant women, she's looking and feeling particularly well. She attends this clinic because they have special equipment to check that everything is going well. They've even got a screen on which she can see the baby actually moving inside her.
There's your bladder. Right, there you can see your baby there now. There's the baby's head, its body. You can see her little arms and legs moving around. Although it's quite small, as you can see, it moves around quite a lot at this stage. And you can see the bones show much whiter than anything else. It's only about 2 inches long at the moment from its head to its bottom. But you can see it's moving around quite nicely. Oops, it's gone out of picture at the moment.
With this machine, it's actually possible to tell whether the baby will be a boy or a girl. But Elaine prefers not to know until the baby is actually born. And a lot of people still prefer that.
That's the water the baby swims around in.
It will be a girl.
What do you like?
A girl.
You think it's going to be a girl? Oh, well, we'll have to choose a girl's name then. Mark thinks it's going to be a girl. The thing is,
Although Robert's been doing more than his usual share of the housework, this is not his only contribution. He and Elaine have spent a lot of time talking about names for the new baby.
So, I just can't even think of any.
Robert is going to be present when the baby is born. Now, not all couples want this, but when they do, the father can be a great help. And Robert can also help Elaine at antenatal classes.
And what you're actually trying to do there, that's really just giving you the idea of the movement. And when you would use that, you can use it in that position, obviously, but you can also use it when you're standing up, walking around.
Couples go to these classes to prepare themselves for when their babies are born. Now, these exercises will help Elaine to relax when she's actually giving birth.
Where you can rock and move like that helps quite a lot. So think about that. And then you're going to just try and think about what I've been saying. Breathe and relax. Okay? Try it.
She and Robert are remembering what it was like the last time. So we'll leave them now and pick up the story again next week when the baby is about to be born.
Bye.